Good morning and welcome back to another video, and today is the start of the animal fundraiser. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. Okay, so today we are going to be starting on January 1st, 2021, the PDSA animal fundraiser. This is to raise money for the charity of choice, which this year is going to be for the PDSA, which provide animal care basically free of charge for anyone who can't actually afford it and for animals that are in need. So therefore this charity is definitely something that I would subscribe to, because obviously I love animals. I reckon a lot of people out there actually do like animals too. And other than that, we're going to be doing 31 days of gold making. Yes, I was going to slow down, but obviously I've decided we're going to be doing the charity fundraiser again for the month of January, and therefore we're going to be keep on doing daily until the 31st of January. The link in the description for the fundraiser is down below. I will be donating myself, and hopefully we can raise a sizable amount towards the PDSA. Other than that, feel free to even donate even just £1. That is just helpful in general towards the fundraiser. Okay, so for the challenge for the month, obviously we actually did decisively okay last year. Obviously we did slow down a little bit, and now we kind of need to up my game when it comes towards the essence of gold making. I very much have been enjoying doing a lot of crafting recently, and that is at no surprise. It's easy, it's quick, but the profit potential is kind of depends on what you actually put your money into, or gold for that matter. Now, aside from that, let's actually go over the mailbox and then we can overview what we're actually going to be going ahead and doing, because I have a little bit of a different plan than I usually would. That being the case, things of note which are going to be valued over 10,000 gold and somewhere near is Spectral Flask of Stamina, 71 of those for 20,083 gold. We also are doing the Potion of Phantom Fire, 69 of those for 12,747 gold. And something close would be the Potion of Spectral Agility, 19 of those for 8,484 gold. And Sunstone Panther for 28,975 gold, as well as a load of other potions and flasks and all that stuff jumping forward. We also sold 167 Tranquil Ink for 17,451 gold, and pretty much we just sold Reigns of Poseidus and a few glyphs as well here and there. But it's mainly alchemy and enchanting stuff for a total of 162,519 gold. So let's pull in all of that gold right there. So overall, really happy with the day. We are going to be going over what we're actually going to be doing when it comes towards our gold making routine, because I actually made up my little routine for this like a little while ago, well, about a week ago, and I gave it to my Patreons, and this is what I'll be doing for the essence of this. So let's jump in. We currently have 2,298,000 and oh, okay, we sold a Captured Dune Scavenger for 80k. That's a good one for tomorrow. So that's a good day. Okay, so we currently have 101 auctions on the auction house, valued at 2.2 million. Now these are somewhat fast selling stuff, and there's not an awful lot of stuff that's actually left over when it comes towards all of that stuff. So what we'll be wanting to do is we'll stick with crafting, because crafting is a nice steady way in order to make a decent and sizable amount of gold. Obviously I need to make some mechanized choppers, and that is something I can do moving forward. I will be, however, using my spreadsheet from a while back for that, and that one. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to consolidate all of my spreadsheets from all of my videos last year. I'm just going to put them on the Discord. I'll put them into the Dala Guides part of the thing. I'll ping everyone for that, just so they know. Now, aside from all of that, that will net me in 40,000 gold once I've sold all of those. But realistically, we don't have that many crafts, because I did a load of crafts last night. And that's why we have like the different variations, because I was like, right, I'm waiting till midnight till the new year, I might as well do some crafting, and that's what I've done. So at no surprise, obviously I'm going to be doing crafting because it gives in some steady gold. What other things will I be doing? Is the question being is I intend on doing a little bit of farming, and that would be Tome of Lost Legion. Now, I find that the Tome of Lost Legion is a great farm in order to do if you have a Warlock, obviously. It won't drop if you don't have a Warlock. And that is by going over to the Isle of Thunder, which is located in Pandaria. So if we go over to Pandaria, all we got to do is go over to the Isle of Thunder, and all I've got to do is just run around that area right there. Now, currently I can sell a Tome of Lost Legion for about 30k, give or take a couple of k here and there. Now, that being the case, that's pretty damn good for a 7-minute lap, and I know this because I've used to farm this quite a lot, and it takes about 7 minutes to do a lap. So what I'll be doing with my Warlock is part of my daily routine is to go around and kill all of the rares. That will give me a chance in order to get hold of the Tome of Lost Legion. What other things will I be doing? Well, we're going to be doing a lot of farming, obviously. Some farms will actually be intermittent, so for instance, I could do dungeon farming when I don't have a lot of time for the day, and then we can consolidate that and then resell. That's not a problem overall, and I'll find that to be kind of handy in the grand scheme of things. Other things of note that we will be going over is we'll try and actually do some BOE farming and all that stuff. That will be really handy in order to do, because if we go into our group finder, I am looking at doing like group farming for like some of those BOEs, do the BOE farms. So if we type in BOE, we can have a look. There is a BOE farm, but that's for 207 war mode off. Now that's somewhere out of my range, but we'll try and put together a group or something to that effect. Basically, we're just going to be doing farming alongside crafting in order to bring up some initial gold, and then we can do that. Other things of note is things that are steady. So I thought about this and I was like, okay, what other things can actually net me in a decent amount of gold for not a lot of work? And that would be the Garn Night Howl. The Garn Night Howl is literally a log every day, and you get amount that sells for about 400k. Well, and you get amount that sells for about 400 gold. Now, that's not really overly that good in the grand scheme of things when you actually look at it on the wide perspective. So if we typed in the Garn Night Howl, it's currently going for about 1,000 gold on my server, so that's pretty handy. That's 1,000 gold instead of the standard, and the market value is about 600 gold. So obviously someone's done a reset, and that is something we're going to actually be doing quite frequently, and that is because Garn Night Howl is 100% drop chance. It's in Frostfire Ridge, and that's pretty easy to get to as all my characters are in my garrison at the moment. So we'll be shoving one of my characters who aren't a dedicated crafter towards that, and then it will probably be Nestragosa, my DK, and she's just going to be sat there, and she's going to be, every time I have a chance, I will log, I will kill the Garn Night Howl, I'll get the, well, not Karash, to get the Garn Night Howl. And then what we'll do then is at the end of the week we'll send those all over towards Corthana, and then we'll rinse and repeat. This will be a consistent stream of Garn Night Howl mounts, because Nock Karash spawns once every 16 to 20 minutes, give or take. Now, I did that because I used to farm Nock Karash quite a lot, so the spawn rate is around about 16 to 20 minutes. So just so you know, that is kind of handy. Little tidbit of information. So we have a chance of getting hold of the Tome of Lost Legion. We have a chance of getting a hold Garn Night House. That's really handy in the grand scheme of things. Like, I can't really complain. Those take, in essence, those two farms per day will take me around about 10 minutes to do. My daily crafts, if I can keep on top of it, and I will probably take me around about 30 minutes, because to get started it takes around about an hour or a little bit more than that to actually make the entire groups and just like do the initial first craft. And then when you're doing your restocks, it's basically just topping up your market with the profitable stuff, so then you don't have to do one massive craft every single week, because we're trying to keep it consistent. What we want to do is we want to build our gold making routine around keeping consistency, and that is by doing something that we can rinse and repeat over and over again in order to bring in gold. I don't really care about any of the farm stuff dropping in price or anything like that. The idea is just to try and keep it consistent, because market prices will always influx and outflux all the time. What we want to do is keep consistent with it, so when, even if we sell it for a low value today, we can still keep that flow of all those new items to sell on the auction house each and every day, and then overall we can actually build up a nice stockpile of stuff in order to actually do. Now, the other thing of note that I will be doing for the initial week is doing the Pit of Sauron. I'll be shoving my druid next to the Pit of Sauron, and what she'll be doing is running in there and gathering up all of the stuff, burning them down and getting a hold of the battered hills. What we're initially trying to do this week, the aim goal for this week, is to try and get a mass load of BOE items, or the Tome of Lost Legion, like the unique item, and trying to get hold of some really high value ticket items. And then what we'll do there is we're trying to time manage ourselves, because Pit of Sauron takes about 20 minutes. Overall, that initial farming session will take around about 30 minutes in order to do per day. That's really handy, because then I know that with not a lot of time invested, I can actually pull in and have a chance of pulling in more or less gold for that. And then overall I can stick with my crafting, which is bringing in steady gold, and then those extra items are just upticks towards all of that. The other things of note that we can actually do is do some more farming, like what I said earlier would be BOE farming and material farming. That is something we can do, as a lot of things have gone up in price. If we look up at WorthIt, we can still see that Desolate Leather is around about 30k, Simva Ore is really good still at like 26k for me, so that's still well worth my time in order to do. But obviously I'm working full time, like standard, and that means that I have to be more, actually be more systematic when it comes towards my approach, because I have to time manage myself in order to do my farming and all that stuff, as well as trying to level stuff. So it's all about time allocation and all of that stuff, and staying consistent in order to make our gold for this entire thing. Sorry if it's been a little bit long-winded, but this is just to briefly overview what we're actually going to be doing. So it will go like this. I will do my highest priority thing first, and then I'll work down the list. The first thing of note that we have to do is do our daily crafting. That's not a problem. Daily crafting is really easy in order to do. You can basically do it in a capital city. Not hard to do at all. The next thing of note that we have to do is definitely do our Tome of Lost Legion farm. That can net us in a lot of gold just by doing that. It takes 7 minutes, not really going to be that bad. The next thing of note will definitely be Garn Night Howl, as that one gives us a guaranteed item, so at least we come out of the day with something. And then what we'll do then is we'll go for that high RNG farm or material farm, which will be either the Pit of Sauron or Bastion of Twilight, and going out and doing some open world farming, depending on the day and the time that I have to allocate towards that. So that's what we'll be doing moving forward in that order. But other than that, guys, that is pretty much my plan for the fundraiser. And other than that, link is in the description down below. Other than that, guys, have an awesome rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow. If you want to support the channel and help make the channel even better, then why not check out the Patreon? Members get additional info, gold making resources, and Patreon specific content. The link is located in the description down below. Thank you and have an awesome day.